Y'all just bought stamps for I think the first time ever. I felt so old walking in there and being like, can I get a book stamps? I had to mail something for work, so I need to start mailing things. I love when people do those like slow mail clubs where they like send out stickers and postcards and all that stuff to their subscribers. I need to do something like that. When I get big, you know, it's just 16 of us in here right now. But, well, 17 included me. In the future, maybe. Hey guys, I already cast on the collar, worked it, and then worked some of the short row shaping, but I think I want to redo it because the ribbing just isn't that neat. And also the collar is like, it's not too big, but I will say I don't like this gaping. And I do have a big head, which is why I think I was a little worried about it being too small. But what I want to do is go back, redo the collar down the size. That way the ribbing's just a little tighter, and maybe cast on a, maybe, I don't know if I should change the stitch count. I think I will change the stitch count. I'll come back once that's done. Okay, the rolled hem is all done. This is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna go up a needle size to 4.5 and knit the 2x2 ribbing for the neckline. And this is it. I really recommend the step-by-step sweater. Once you learn how to make a raglan or whatever construction you're going for, each pattern is really just tweaked. So you don't really need to buy every single pattern. I'm not saying not to buy patterns. What I'm saying is you can save money. Once you just figure out like what the individual techniques are called, you can make anything. For example, this rolled hem, I didn't know what it was called. I had seen it on like the J. Crew sweaters and just other sweaters in general. So I went to the Ravelry page for this project once I noticed like, hey, that Amy sweater, I've seen that rolled hem before. Like, what is that called? Go through the projects, and then I see people talking about the mods they made and then specifically mentioning, or sometimes it'll be in the description for the actual sweater or whatever you're making itself. So yeah, you can make anything you want to make. Last time I checked in, I was redoing the neckline because it was too large. I sized down with how many stitches I cast on initially, and then I also sized down the needles, but that was too tight. So then I redid the cast on, but then I twisted it, so I had to redo it again. And now I think this is like the perfect size. It's not too tight, I can get over my head, but it's still snug enough where like I don't feel like it's, you know, gaping or loose or anything like that. But the problem is now is I did 2x2 ribbing. So when I'm doing like the increases, you can see they're off, so they're not aligned with the knit stitches in the collar. So now I want to redo it again. Just the short row shaping section, I am gonna leave the collar as is. I don't have any need to redo the collar, even though the stitches aren't super neat. I've been doing this all day. I think I'll check in probably tomorrow, come back with a fresh pair of eyes and hands. So see you guys tomorrow. So I'm still working on the neckline, but I took a break because I'm trying to figure out if I want to create a taller neckline. And this is my key sweater by Petite Knit. I don't know if I like this neckline. I have such a round head that I feel like it's just like, I don't know, more pronounced with the higher neckline. So I think I'm gonna keep the neckline short. The problem with this neckline is that it's kind of like wide. So on TikTok, I saw someone use elastic thread to like, they'll go in underneath each knit stitch, just weave the elastic thread through to like tighten up the neckline so that it's more snug. I think I'm gonna keep this. So far, I've worked obviously the neckline and then the short rows and a couple of the increases. I didn't want to use tallies this time, so I saw someone with a row counter chain, but I don't want to pay for one of those. So instead, I grabbed my, oops, Instead, I grabbed my case of stitch markers. There are 24 increases that I need to do. So I chained together 12. And the way I'm keeping track is I have the beginning of round marker, which is this one with the blue bead right here. And then I have the row counter chain, and I'll put it either on the left or right side of this beginning of round marker to indicate whether or not I need to increase or just do a knit round. So right now I have just completed 1, 2, 3, 4. I just did the 4th increase and that 4th knit round that happens with the 4th increase. So if it's on the, for me, my left side of the beginning of round marker, that means I need to do an increase. If it's on the right side, that means I've already done that increase for that round. I just need to do the knit row. So I've done the increase and the knit row for the 4th increase. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna work this last stitch in the round, and then I'll slip this off and then move it to the 5th marker. And what I'll do is I'll put the beginning of round marker here and then put that on so that it's on the left side. Since it's on the left side of the beginning of round marker, that means this is an increase row for me. And it's the 5th increase because I'm on the 5th marker in this chain of 12. Hopefully that made sense and you feel like you don't need to buy a row counter chain. I think they're really pretty, and I would get one if I want to spend any more money on knitting.
A few minutes later.
So I think I may have a change of plans. I was scrolling Ravelry and I saw someone's project under the Regina top. I'll link the pattern and everything, but this person added a picot edge to the edge of the neckline, folded over like collar, and then also to the sleeves. And this is so cute. And I think in this color, it would be gorgeous. I'm making just a regular raglan now, and I already have a raglan sweater that I made last year. So I think I'm gonna switch projects. She really ate this up. I was looking at this when I was deciding between raglan or this, but I wasn't convinced until I saw her project. I literally got all the way to, I did the collar, the rolled hem, I did the short rows, and I've done, I think, 4 or 5 increases at this point. But this right here is so good. I'm gonna take this apart. And I've already redone this 5 times. So I spent literally a day and a half just getting to this point because I undid it so many times. And I'm gonna undo it one more time because yes. Guys, I finished the yoke and I split the body from the sleeves. It's stockinette right now, so it's kind of curled up and hard to see. I'm currently just pulling the yarn from this sweater. It's connected to this sweater, so it's a lot better because this yarn is actually in a hank and I don't wind my hanks because I don't have a winder. Will invest in one, just not there yet. But I am frogging the Tulip V-Neck sweater. This sweater is so gorgeous. It has cables all over. And this was my first time doing cables. Super proud of myself. However, the problem is, 1, it's drop shoulder and I have broad shoulders. So from the back, the visual weight of the cables made me look like a linebacker. And then 2, the pattern didn't have any bust shaping. So in the back, once I was supposed to stop the cable repeats for the body and start the ribbing, I had the back at the perfect length, but the front was tented up. So it was literally right here, whereas the back was like down here. So obviously it needed short row shaping and probably other things. I've never done bust shaping, so I didn't feel comfortable modifying the pattern. And to combine with the fact that the drop shoulder was very bulky in the back, I just got so upset with this pattern that I stopped knitting for like 3 or 4 months. And this is me finding my way back to knitting. I'm really excited to make this pattern. I think it's gonna be really pretty. I'm so excited to add the picot edging. I just did a picot edging on the crochet poncho that I did. So I'm really excited to try it in knitting. And if it's too difficult in knitting, I know how to do it in crochet, so I can literally just crochet it on. I don't know, we'll get to that point. I think it'll be easy. And I think it'd be so pretty and feminine. I'm looking for more of that in my patterns. A lot of the sweater patterns, to be honest, are very unisex, or even if they're more feminine, they're just so boxy. They don't flatter a woman's shape in the way that I would like. And so that's why I think this is gonna be so gorgeous. This is just objectively feminine. And I can't wait to see what this looks like. Hands so strong when they gripping on me.